Alrighty, welcome to my first recording of Inside Pitch Baseball. It's a game I've been playing for a little while now, a few months. Um, well, I should have had it for a couple of years, but I've been playing it kind of spottingly. But been getting into it. I've got 3 seasons going right now. I've got the 1967 season. I just got the 2013 season. And I have the 1978 season. All 3 of the seasons I got pretty much basically because they involve the Boston Red Sox and doing well or not doing well at the end, that kind of stuff. Trying to replay some of those old seasons there. Or 67 was the year I was born. 2013 I just remember. That was a great World Series run. And unfortunately, 1978 was a heartbreak to the one-game playoff to the Yankees. But anyway, so right now we're gonna be playing the 1978 a game regular season game between the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland A's. Seattle Mariners were just new into their franchise, trying to find themselves. So this is the 6th game for the Seattle Mariners and the fourth game for the Oakland A's. See if we can rewrite history there with the Red Sox maybe beating the Yankees this year, or not having that one-game playoff. But we'll see. So today we have the Oakland A's with John Henry Johnson on the mound, and Julio Cruz starting up for the Seattle Mariners for the first at bat, and on the mound for Seattle is going to be Glen Abbott. So we'll see if we can get the stats here. So John Henry Johnson. Oops, that's not it. Let's see. Here we go. John Henry Johnson was 11-10 on the year. This is his first start of the year. 3.39 ERA. So not a lot of run support. Very good hit stuff. Whoop, hold on there. I gotta plug in my computer here. Alright, just bring this up a little bit. Alright. Gets a little closer there for the video too. This is only like one of my first few videos here, so I'm just getting used to how to record, how to talk, that kind of stuff. So bear with me. Let me just get my plug and plug it back in a little closer. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. So that's John Henry Johnson there. And we got Julio Cruz starting first, and those are his stats there for the year. And again, this is Inside Pitch Baseball. I've got all the Inside Pitch games now. Inside the Crease Hockey, Inside Blitz Football, and Inside the Paint Basketball. All the computer versions of the games. I've got the baseball version of the card and dice game, but I haven't really played it yet. Printed out all the cards, but I haven't started the season yet. Got a lot of projects going at now, not only with Inside Pitch, but with other games. I've got Action PC Baseball, Football, Basketball, and those games by Dave Koch Sports. They're good games. Not necessarily my favorites, but they do have their merits. And I'm trying other games like I play Stratomatic. I'm just getting into APA. And I'm trying some like obscure companies. I'm get a Skeetersoft National Pastime 3 2016 season going. I've got a payoff pitch cards and dice baseball season going. I think I'm starting the 1948 season. Get a few games into that. I played some History Maker baseball. I really like that. It's a different take there, and I like that. they have some great great games there. Other type of similar type games. I've got a wrestling game, and I've got a NASCAR game by them, by Play Games, play.com there, with two A's. And I don't know. I've got some other minor like games I found too. I'm trying box seat baseball. I've got that printed out. That's really in depth. But anyway, get back to what we're doing today. I really like the inside pitch engine. I like the way the batter and the hitter interact, and I don't know. I just like the I like the game. So anyway, so let's get started here. So all right, so I'm not going to really get into the nuts and bolts and how to play the game kind of thing. I'm going to assume that you already know how to play. If you don't know how to play, then there are a few other videos on there by ID Gesture and DMO. I'm trying to think of his handle there offhand. He's actually the one that got me into the game here. Let me see if I can find it here. Bring it up on my other computer here. Let's see here. So inside pitch baseball game. Let's see. Yeah, DMO 1964. So I imagine that's his year he was born. So he's right about the same age I am, like 3 years difference. I was born 67. Excuse me. But he gives a great nuts and bolts on how to play the game. And like I said, ID Gesture gives a great review and plays a couple games there too. So you can check out ID Gester. He does video games too, but he does a lot of sports simulation ones. And again, DMO 1964. So check out their videos too. They kind of got me into this. Anyway, alrighty, here we go. So first at bat is Julio Cruz. And I did disable the crowd noise. I left the noise of the dice and the little songs. I kind of like the songs. Some people get annoyed by them, but I kind of like them. They kind of come at the right time. Little clippets from famous announcers and stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. All right. So anyway, so I'll just give a little thing on how to play. First couple batters. So anyway, so 401. So basically, just these are the columns and the rows. So the first number is the column row, and the second number is the rows. So that would be an RP, which is a rare play. And so then what you do is, if you go to the hitter's card. All right, so 3-4. So 3-4 is an F7, which is a fly out to left field.
Swing and a fly ball left field.
All right, little snippet there. And as you can see, these are the ratings right here. You got the range, and the higher the number, the higher the number, the better. And then this is the error range, is 1 to 20, or so he's pretty good. 4, Armis is much better. You can see he's a 5 and a 0. And then Thomason lets off a lot of errors, but he's got like medium range. In the infield, Staggs is a really poor defender as far as range goes. Same thing with, so Oakland's not a very good defending team here, except for the couple players aren't bad. Their outfield isn't too bad actually. Their catcher's pretty good. So anyway, I believe that's his arm right there. These are the arm ratings too. So I think the negative numbers are good. I think that's how it works. But anyway, all right. So the first batter. Okay, so there's a fly out to the left field here, and now sometimes when there's a fly out, you got to check the player right here to see if there's if it's within their range. If this is on a D6 between 1 and 4, then he'll make the play. But if it's not, which this is a 5, so he is not going to make the play on here. And now this right here is going to determine what it's going to be for a hit. So I believe this is going to be a double here. It's failed, so he didn't catch it. If he would have been successful in the range play, then he would have got it. But he failed the range play.
That is over his head, and that is out to the fifth.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to, so it's a double right here. All right. And again, you can no, this one I don't think you can roll your own dice. Um, yeah, no, that's the national pastime you can. But anyway, so here we go. So, but technically you actually can roll your own dice because no matter what you roll here, you can click on anything in here. So even if you didn't want to go by these results, you can roll your own dice too and put on the inputs here back and forth, I believe. You know, I think that would work. But anyway, all right, so then you always got to click the next batter. All right, little song there. Okay, so now let's see. Now you have Bruce Bochy, no, Bruce Bhakti, not Bruce Bochy, the manager there. Bruce Bhakti, although he is in this season. He did play for the Giants, I believe, in this season. All right, so now let's see here. So let's roll for the second guy. Sometimes you got to watch in here because sometimes the strategy will come up. So 1, 2. So now if it's in parentheses right here, that's only when, as you can see up here, they have like a, these are the number of batters they can face before they start getting tired kind of thing. And then once it starts turning colors up here, like yellow, and then red is, yellow means caution to look at this. You know, they're getting close to the end, and then red is they get close, you know. So if this is like a red in here, if this turns red, it means they're getting beat up a lot, getting close to their, getting tired. Then this right here, this S right here, will be a, inside parentheses will happen. Otherwise, it won't happen right now. So this isn't going to happen here. As you can see, it didn't really do anything. It's red still, so it doesn't take effect there. But it would be an automatic hit if his thing was red. If it's a blank, you automatically go to the hitter's card anyway. It means the result's got to come off of his card. Sometimes if there's a walk, the walk can go in here, and you know, you look at the range down here. There's all kinds of little things. Like I said, I really didn't want to go into this too much because there are the videos out on it, but I felt I'd give a little bit of a explanation of what's going on. So anyway, so that's a 1-2 right there, and then. And there aren't many lefty-righty split things in here. There are a couple, as you can see this right here. This is a lefty-righty split, depending upon if he's facing. But there's not really that many of them in here. So it'd be kind of cool to see a little bit more of that. But if there were more splits, but it's okay. You know, I can deal with it. So 5-6. So 5-6 is a. So let's click on here. So it's a single to the right field. So. Alright, so then you go to the runner advancement chart. So each run went one base, and now you got to see if this runner is going to go any further. Now you cannot kind of look at this already and tell if you look at these are the base runners, first, second, and third. Kind of look at this. If it's green, then he's gonna advance. If it's yellow, then it might advance depending upon what's going to happen down here. And then the same thing with the other runners too. And based upon this runner, there's nothing here, so I don't think he's going to go any further. But anyway, so what you do is you just go down here, runner advancement, read the 5. So the 5, it's between 2 and 5 here. If roll is less than or equal to that's base runner, his speed, then the runner advance. Otherwise, they hold. So his number is a 5. This one's a 5, so it's less than or equal to. So the roll is less. This roll is less than or equal to the base runner. So the base runner is higher, basically, or the same, which he is. So what you need to do now, though, is you need to advance it here before you click to the next batter. You got to do it manually. It's the only thing with this game is that you got to make sure you do the things manually. Because I could go to the next batter, not advance this guy, and he would just stay there. So it doesn't automatically pick up on some of that stuff. So it's a little more intuitive. You have to be on top of the game too, which I kind of like too. First, I didn't really like it, but I kind of like it now because it forces me to pay attention to what's going on. So anyway, so right here, she's going to advance, so I'm going to click on that. Oops, wait a second. What am I doing here? So base runner. Thought that's what I did. Oh, looks like it's a little bit off here. No, that's not it. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I just brought that up, but oh, back to the game. Okay. Anyway, all right. So let's see here. So, that was weird. I switched from a 1 to a 5. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, no, he was supposed to advance. Oh, I was supposed to hit the score, not the base runner thing. That's right. So he scores, because that was a 5 there. I don't know why it switched to a 1, probably because I clicked on something here. Oh, I put a pinch runner in. Hold on. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so this is going to go to this, and I believe it was a single. So this is what I mean here. It doesn't really matter what I put in here. I can go back to, it says home run there, but I can go back. I think the result was the S1 there, so I can click on anything. It doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go back with the result we had last time. And I believe it was a single. It goes this one, yeah, the single 9. So I got to roll it again. Now this wasn't the same. This was a 5 originally, so I'm going to go with that result of what it was before. So again, I don't click here. I click here to have him score. And then this guy doesn't do anything, so he stays there. See it? So because this was a 5 originally, so that stays there. And actually, no, this guy isn't the guy that advances, so never mind. It's been a little while since I played, a couple weeks since I played this game, so. All right, let's see here. So let's see what's going on. Okay, next batter. All right, so now we have Leon Roberts is up now. So Seattle scored a run. 3-3. So we're gonna play. Okay. And sometimes they can have ballpark stuff happen too. So that's that's the @ right there. That'll bring up our ballpark card. 1-6. So it's a grounder to third base.
Hard ground ball.
And his range is only a 2, so it's a 5 here. So he fails that. So the ball is going to go through.
He doesn't have it.
All right, now when it's a 6 or a 1, certain things happen here. Check second die. This is when you check the second die roll. Normally you just have to check this die roll, but when it's a 6 or 1, you got to go with this. Check second die roll of 6 chart. And this is the roll of 6 on the throw chart. So they're gonna see if he's gonna see what happens here. See if he's gonna go home or if he's gonna stay or whatever. So now what you do is, this is the result here between a 2 and a 5. The lead runner is thrown out. But if the trailing runners, no adjustments, is greater than or equal to the roll, then he advances on the throw. All right, so he's going to get thrown out coming home. So TO is thrown out. If you just hover over it, it'll show what it is. And here, the lead runner is, you check the 3-3, is greater than or equal to the roll, he advances on the throw. So this is why it's yellow, because it's like a choice type thing. So he will advance on the throw. And then you go to the next batter. So you get thrown out, going home.
Everybody clap your hands.
So that's kind of a cool little thing right there. I kind of like the breakdown of the running and stuff like that. All right, so now we have a runner on third with 1 out. All right, so let's see here. So next we get Leroy Stanton. 5-1. Okay, now this is an error possibility here. So an error. It looks like I think it's an error ground ball. That's what that means, and it's question mark. So now what it's going to do is it comes up here. You're going to hit the batter here. Click on the batter to roll the die, and then this result is going to show what fielder it goes to, and then it's going to roll another die, a D20 down here to see if it's within range. If it's within range of the fielder, let me just click on it here, 4-1. So it looks like it's a hit. So I guess the error didn't go. There wasn't an error on a play. Sometimes that'll happen too. Sometimes the error, it's a possible error. That's what that means pretty much. So Looks like the runner came in, and 1 second there. Okay. Let's see here. So now we have Rupert Jones, lefty on lefty. Okay, 5-4. Let's see, which is a strikeout. So now, when there's a strikeout right here, you look at this blue die right here. The pitcher's blue die, and if it's the range of the batter against left-handed pitching falls. This is where it does break it up, so I kind of like that. If it's in the range. Now it's a red. So normally you think red, I don't want to click that, but when it comes to a strikeout, you do click it. If it's a walk, it'll show up in green. But you'll see that a little bit later on. So anyway, that 14 there is under the 15, so you click on that.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
There's a strikeout, so it's 2 outs now. All right, and then we have Bill Stein coming up. And all these photos and everything, I got the files from PC Ballpark Photos, I believe. I just had to edit them a little bit. I had to, because they have to be the exact name as it appears here. Like this is Bill Stein. It has to be spelled exactly the same. Like John Henry Johnson here. It's got to be spelled exactly like that. It can't be John H. Johnson. It can't be John Johnson. It has to be John Henry Johnson. And it has to be, it can't have, like a lot of the files I got, I believe the files that I got were for Action PC Baseball, which they have underscores in between, where the blanks are here. So I had to get rid of those too. I know I saw there's a program out there which actually, so you don't have to do it manually, converts all this stuff. But I haven't really figured out how to use that yet. So I just kind of did them manually as I played the games. And there's still a few pinch hitters and other players in here that don't show up. But when they do, I just go into the folders you can see right here, and I make sure I'll check these right here. Like this is like a 1978 folder right here, and I've got multiple seasons in here, so I kind of keep them separate, and then I'll put them together when it's time to when I'm playing that season, I'll transfer folders out and stuff. I'm still in the process of organizing it, but like for instance, this guy right here, this Joe John Henderson, he's got that little thing there. So if I wanted to put him in the game, I would in the right folder. This is in the 1978 folder, so right now it doesn't recognize it. But what I would do is I'll just show you what I do. So I take that, put it there, get rid of it, and since I want to keep this folder, the complete 1978 team season, what I'll do is I'll see. Oops, this is kind of. Let me bring this over here. So I'll copy this now, and I'll go into see, this is the folder I had here. This is the main folder, the images and players, and so I have the 1967, 78, 2013 there, and here is kind of a mix right now. I kind of just did this. I figured they were far enough apart, especially these right here, where they weren't going to get the same players. But here you get some overlap in here. So what I did was I started with the 1967 season, and then so this was just all 1967, and then I added 1978, and I started getting some duplicates, some older players that were around 1967. So I just imported the whole 1978 season right here. And now I'll take out, if there's a duplicate, I'll take it out and put the player back in the 1967. So this I'm kind of just is a small folder right now, but these are just ones I've replaced. But eventually what I'm going to do is get it so I get all the 1967 players in here, I get all the 1978 players in here, and all 2013 players in here. And when I play each season, I can and I'll leave this all empty. And then what I'll do is as I do this season, say I want to play that season today, I'll just take all the players, copy and paste them into this main folder, and then if I want to play a 78 game, I'll take all the players and put them back, kind of thing. So, it's a kind of a work in progress. Some people don't care about the pictures. I kind of like it. It kind of adds a little flavor to it, and because I remember You know, a lot of the players, especially from '78, when I was, you know, like 11 years old. So I remember collecting the baseball cards and stuff. So it's kind of cool to look at the pictures and that kind of stuff. So anyway, all right. So let's go back to the game here. So top of the first here. 4-5, strikeout, possible strikeout. And again, this 5 here fits in the 14, so.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
All right, so now we go to the bottom of the second, and we get Glen Abbott. And he's already pitched in the game. Seattle's played more game, like, I think this is their 6th game, so he's already had a start. He had a really rough start, as you can see. He only pitched 2.1 innings, let up 8 hits, ERA of 23.48. 1K, 1 walk, so yeah, he got roughed up. So let's see if we can have a little bit better outing this time. Back then, there were a lot of Seattle and Toronto pitching was pretty bad because they were just new expansion teams, and back then the expansion teams didn't always start off the greatest, kind of like the the Mets in this 1960 year when they started and the other teams. So they kind of followed the same suit. Not like today when after a few years, like the Marlins, and you can become competitive. All right, here we go. All right, 5-2. So again, it's S1, so it's in parentheses. So it's like the same thing as a blank. 1-4, and put out 4. Pop up. Popped up the second. Okay, so 1 out. And let's see, this is one guy that I couldn't find a picture of him from the. I think he got traded later on to the A's, but he played more games. He played more games for the A's, but I couldn't really find a picture that year. But I couldn't find a picture for him, so I just went with kept the Yankees photo there. But for the most part, the photos are they line up with the team. And another thing too that is they don't really put the inside pitch doesn't have the players from both. If they played for more than one team, they only give the player that the team that they played for the most that year. I'm sure that there's a way to put the players in the other teams, but I'm not sure exactly how to do that yet. But anyway, so I just kind of go with whatever team that they're with. Like for instance, a lot of times when I start up the game, I still get blanks in a lineup because they do give the as played lineups, which is cool. But a lot of times they're blank, and I have to substitute another player. So I imagine towards the end of the season, it's going to get. I try to keep the at-bats and the pitcher innings pitched and all that stuff as close as possible. And I'm sure towards the end, I'm not going to really have enough players because of that, enough player innings or at-bats and stuff. So we'll see what happens when it comes there. But I know there was a guy that was on the forums I saw that was fixing that or had fixed that. So because a lot of people like to really keep the stats, as played, as I do usually, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But anyway, all right. So 6-3. So this is an @ right here. So that's a ballpark thing. As you can see, at Oakland Coliseum came up now. So Gary Thomason's card changed to the Oakland Coliseum card based upon what happens here. So another thing too, Oakland Coliseum right up here. These are some ballpark. Not a lot of ballpark information, but it does. They did give up more. There was more strikeouts there and more walks. Home runs were about average. So, but not a lot of ballpark stuff going on in this game, which I kind of wish there was a little bit more. There is some of the card here too, but some games like Payoff Pitch, I kind of like their ballpark issue there, or even the box seat baseball. Looks like there's a lot of variables in that, but I don't know. This is just enough because sometimes you don't really want to get bogged down with too many stats. So this is it's good enough for me for now for this. All right, so 6-6. So it's a grounder to the shortstop. I'm gonna say 2 outs there. Okay, so Tony Armas up now. He's kind of struggling so far, and again, this is the what he's doing so far, and that's what he actually didn't really have that great of a season anyway. So But still early yet. All right, so let's see. 6-5. So error on a throw possibly. So let's see what happened here. 3-2. So this is a question mark 7. So that means it's hit the left field, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is kind of a divided result. So it's a question mark result. So that means it can be broken down into possibilities here. And they roll a D20 here. So single is 1 to 10. Double would be 11 to 13. And this, I believe, goes off the batter's stats for the year. And this is an out here, a fly out. It's 14 to 20. So again, this is a 10. So it falls in here. So you click that, and then it does the error check. So it'll roll the 20 again, and Bruce Bochy has only got a 3 for an error rating. So 11 is way outside of that. So there's no error on the play. So we get a single here. Oh. Now, I can show you how this shows up too. Mitchell Page, I haven't played him yet. He's going to be the DH, and the DH, I'm not sure exactly who the DH was in the as played lineup, but let's see, I can show you here. Well, this is the actual score, 1-0 Mariners. Athletics. This is from Baseball Reference, and it was Gary Alexander. And if you look at Gary Alexander's card here, Baseball Reference thing, it's kind of slow. My computer's kind of slow. Apologize for that. So in 1978, he played for Oakland, and he also played for Cleveland, but he played more games for Cleveland, so he's going to be on the Cleveland roster. So anyways, that showed up blank. So now what I have to do is I'll show you how this works. So if we click on, no, don't click on anything yet, but so this is blank right now. It's a generic, what it looks like. And so if I wanted to change that, I'll just go into my 1978 folder, and I look for Mitchell Page. So Mitchell Page, MAT, it's going to be down here. There he is. Looks very similar to the Topps baseball card, I remember. So I get rid of that little underscore there, and I want to keep this folder, the full team, the full players, so I will copy it, and I will paste it, and he won't overlap in here. Okay, he didn't play back in 67, so as you can see, there he is right there. And now if you go here, and there's a couple different ways you can there's a couple different ways he'll show up here. You can either click on the picture right here and bring up the bullpen stuff, and then when you click back, it'll make this change to his photo. Or what you can do is, which I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to roll the pitcher's dice, and you'll see his photo will show up there, which I just replaced. There you go. It shows up right there. So I kind of like doing that. I don't mind doing it, during the game and stuff. At first, it get kind of tedious, especially got tedious in the hockey and the football, where there are a lot more players on the teams. So that got kind of tedious. Because the hockey ones I kind of wanted to set up all at once. And the baseball ones I could just do the starting lineup and then do the bench as I use them. And the same thing with the pitching staff. So it got a little tedious with the other sports. Basketball wasn't too bad because there's only like 10 players on the team, 10 or 11. So that wasn't too bad. But anyway, so 6-2. So rare play here, possible rare play. So 2-6.
Hard ground ball.
Okay, so it's a hard ground ball to the third baseman here, and this is a 1, and so 1s will always be successful. 6s will always be unsuccessful. Doesn't matter how good the fielder is or how bad they are. So but 2 through 5 could be anything depending upon what the fielding rating is. So 3, so he's about an average fielder. Let's see here. So successful. So this, if this would have gone through here, then this would have been a single. So okay, so successful. So you click on that.
What a play to get to that ball!
So he made a great play on that. All right, and the A's are done for the inning. So all right. So I'm just going to kind of like just play, and if anything different comes up, I'll mention it. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. Okay, error on 3. On 4. All right, so no error again. Falls outside his range. Okay.
Out!
Okay, here's a walk. We haven't seen that yet. Okay, now here the walk is a 19. So the walk is only a 5 on here, so it's outside the range. So it shows up as yellow. If this would have been lower than 5 or lower, then it would have been green and you would have clicked on it. But we don't click on that because it's outside the range. So now we just roll the batter's card at 1-4 and go off this result.
You're out!
Okay. Blank, so nothing comes off there. Okay, so this is a split right here, and he's a lefty, so it's going to be the, I believe that's a foul out, a fly out.
You're out!
You're out!
Yeah, there's a fly out. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, again, no, outside the range, so you don't go with that. Question mark 8. Okay, 20, so this is a fly out.
Ow!
All right, so in this case now it's an 8, and it falls on the range, so it's green. So that means green is, he does issue the walk.
Outside! Base on ball.
Okay. Still haven't seen anything down here yet, so try to remember to keep an eye out for that. Sometimes I'll miss it, and sometimes I'll ignore it, especially if it's like a sacrifice and there's a runner on first, and they're down like say 3 or 4 runs. Then I'll ignore that because that doesn't make sense. Unless the pitcher's coming up next, like the National League, maybe. No, actually, no, I wouldn't do that. With the pitcher, sorry. But if the pitcher's up, maybe I'll sacrifice even with 1 out. So, but in the American League, no, definitely not. All right, so 3-4. Blank right there. 2-2, ground it. Okay, now this is a possible double play. This is where you got to. It seems like a lot of text reading, but you get used to this eventually. This is what basically you look at is the compare this die right here to the ground of the double play, and if this is red right here, then it's not a double play. If it shows up as green, if this number is lower than the or equal to the ground and double play rating, then you click on this. But since it's not, you're gonna go. You're going to go to check the runner here. Now, this right here says ground roll is less than or equal to the ground and double play. The double play, it's not. Roll is greater than the runner on first. Then you look to the runner first. This is 5. This is 2. So then it's a force at second, meaning that this the runner wasn't fast enough to beat the pitcher, whoever got the ball. The second baseman went to second first, but wasn't able to. They were unable to get the double play. So if it's a roll of 6, then the only play is a batter at first. So this is a 5. So it's greater than this. So you're going to click on the force out since it's a force out.
Ow!
And now you click on fielder's choice and the runner will show up at first. So then you go to the next batter. Okay. All right. 2 outs. 4-1, so that's a K, and that 6 fell within there.
Have you picked your designated driver for this evening? Please remember to drink responsibly.
Or not at all. Anyway, let's see. So I kind of like those little songs and those little, announcements and stuff. They kind of make, add to the game, I think. Especially playing National Pastime Baseball, which is a great game, a great engine, but it's got no sound at all. So this is kind of welcome after playing a bunch of games of that lately. All right, now here's another thing. Now the split can occur on the pitcher's card. This right here means it's going to be one of these results up here. Flyouts right there for this pitcher. If it's a switch hitter, so he'll be batting righty, so it's going to be a possible home run here. And I'll show you this. So what happens here. Now, let's see here. If it's got the home run, just the HR, then it automatically goes to the batter's card. And see, he has a home run of 0, so there's no chance of him getting a home run. So then you will roll this and see if the blue die here matches that. If there's a question mark, a home run question mark, which this guy doesn't have one. Oh yeah, it does right here. Then what happens is at first it checks this 20 roll against the pitcher. Like in this case, he'd be a right-handed batter, so it'd be 1 to 13. If this fell within a 1 to 13, then you roll this, and then so it's a double check kind of thing. Has to be off the pitcher's and the hitter's card. If it falls outside the pitcher's card, then you don't even bother to check this. Okay, but anyway, but this is outside of here. Outside, I mean, he doesn't have anything that outside of the batter here. There's 0 for a possibility, but we'll roll it anyway. But what'll happen is this will be like this color, and then when you roll it, like say this was like the 1 right here, and if you did roll a 1, then it would show up as green. It would change from yellow to green. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So now it's just going to be a result off of his card. So 2, 3, so 2 and 3. So again, he's a lefty pitcher, so it looks like it's going to be a double.
It's a double.
Okay, so we have leadoff double. And as you can see, there wasn't enough space for his name to fit in right here. So I just kind of give a bunch of dots and dashes. I've never actually seen that before, but I guess that's what the program does. Okay, 6-3. So I get blank right here. 6-4. So pop up. So now the runner is going to stay. It's going to hold. If it's hit to the outfield, they'll give like a chance, depending upon the runner's speed and everything, and the arm of the outfielder, whether he has a chance to advance. Which is a 3-5. So possible error here. Error and throw 1-4. So it's a single. So it's a single, and then there's no error here, so just going to be a 1 base advancement, and then I'm sure there's something will come up here for the runner here. Yep. And again, the only time you lose the second die here is if this is a 1 or a 6, but they roll both of them anyway. So we get a 4 right here, so the base runner is a 5, so he is going to score. So you click on the runner first. And again, this guy doesn't do anything. He stays with a 3. All right, so 3-0 now. And again, you can put a ballpark in here too. I just didn't find one yet for the Oakland that worked. Because not every photo that I put in here, it has to be the same name and everything, and I think a certain file size too, because Some I've got to work and some I haven't got to work. So not sure exactly why that is, but you know, either maybe they made an error in the coding of the ballpark thing in here, or possibly more likely it's just not compatible. The picture isn't compatible. So, but I've got a bunch of the photos in here, so this you can replace with a ballpark photo here too. Basically, anything that has the IP logo in here, you can replace. Like these had IP logos in here, and I replaced these with the logos from the actual time period. It's kind of cool. All right, kind of wish it was a little bit more, maybe a little bit more, like you could put a photo in here kind of thing or something, but this works for me. It's all right. It's very well organized in here. It's got the cards. These are actually what the cards look like in the board game too, so that's kind of cool. They come out the same thing, and it's got like the colors, like these are Oakland's colors and these are Seattle's colors, which is kind of cool. Same thing with here. All right, and the play-by-play is kind of, you know, it's generic. It works. Not really a lot of flavor in it, but gets the job done. Okay, so here are a possible ground ball here. 1-1, so it's ground out to 6. So this is going to be a possible double play, I think. Yeah. Well, first I'm going to check for the error. So there's no error. And now there's a possible double play here. So the roll is a 4, which is above 2. So it's a fielder's choice now. So then you check this. So first you check this, then you check the base runner, and this is higher than his, so he is going to be forced out a second. And then you click on this, and we're going to solo it first. Hopefully you're starting to get the hang of this. It took me a little while to get it, but I pretty much got most of it down now. 4-4. So it's a grounder. So I just resolved that because it's the last start of the inning. Glen Abbott seems to be pitching much better than he did last game. His ERA is already at 12 early in the season, of course. So we're from 27 to 12. Okay, so that's a K possibility. So you look down here. So it's going to be, we're just looking at the, get the pause button down here too. I just don't want to, I want to make sure that I don't stop the recording here because the pause button is right next to this result thing. Hold on here. See if I can get this to, there we go. Let's move down a little bit. It's not letting me do this. Hold on. It's not letting me stop there. Let me just move this. Don't know why that's not letting me stop it. Oh, it's because it's yellow. Never mind. Never mind. So, yeah, you can't click on it if it's yellow because it didn't fall within the range. Anyway, so that's 1-1. So now I get a. Plus, I had the roll here too. 5-2. So it's there. Just trying to get used to this new software. I kind of like it so far.
Ow!
It's the. Forgot the name of it. Hold on here. I got it right here. What it is. Yeah, Screencastomatic. So started it my trial. I mean my bought the pro version today. Kind of like it. You can get a free version that'll record up to 15 minutes and record on YouTube, but you don't really get any editing tools and everything. So I signed up for it for a year. Figured I'd start, getting some videos on YouTube and wanting to do them for a while. So, all right, let's see here. So let's see what's going on here. So we got our 1 out and nobody on. 4-2. So double question mark here means it's going to be possibly off the pitcher's card. And you check this right here, single 1 to 13. So this is a 10. So the way I read it is it's going to be in there. So you click on the single. Again, it's yellow, so it's a possibility. So click here, next batter. All right, so now here we go. In this case, we get a possible steal. So we'll click on the steal in the strategy. As far as I know, this is kind of a random thing. So, all right. So, I mean, you don't have to go by this. I just kind of like it because it's kind of like as if the manager's making a decision in here. And you can override it if you wanted to. But most part, I'll tend to use it, except for the whole bunt situation. Occasionally, I might not follow that. So anyway, so we have roll of 17 here. Stolen base rating of 15. So you can see it's red, so you kind of know it's going to be an out. So the roll here, look at the chart, 3 and 19. This is 17. It falls in there. If the roll is less than or equal to stolen base rate, then it's safe. Higher, the runner is out. So this is higher than the runner, so he's out. So it's a caught stealing.
You're out! You're out!
All right. I mean, he's a pretty fast runner, so I guess it might have been worth it. But being down 3 runs, it might not have been the best idea, but maybe they wanted to get something cooking here. Okay, 1-1. So 2-1. So that's a single, looks like. All right. 3-3. Oh, so here we go. You now get a home run question mark. So let's see what happens here. And we definitely have, well, maybe not this year, but not much of a home run chance here. So unfortunately, this isn't good. But as you can see with the home run question mark, it highlights this first because it looks at that. So it's when you 1 to 14, so it's a possibility. But fortunately, this year, Tony Armas, it's one of the early years, didn't have much power yet. Definitely had some power later on, but didn't have any power now. So he had some power with left-handed pitching, but none against right-handed pitching. So we're just going to roll. And now what you do, you roll anyway. And if this showed up between that number, then, but it doesn't work. So.
Yeah!
All right. 6-5. So now, okay, if it shows up the dot here, I believe that would be a .7 on the actual card. So, it might just go by the column that it's in. So anyway, so this is a fly out to left field. So that was all off of the pitching card. That wasn't anything off of the hitter card. And most interactions are between both of them, but you know, you have a few plays that are just going to be off either one or the other card. Well, actually, you're always going to have to roll the pitching card no matter what. But sometimes you just roll the pitching card and not the other card. 4-4. So, okay, so that's a strikeout.
Swing and a miss! Struck him out! Struck him out!
2-1. Try to get the game moving along a little bit. So that's a 3. So in this case, that highlights on here. Again, I think it's 1, 2, 3. That's how it goes with that third card over.
You're out! You're out!
4. Hit by pitch. And again, that shows up in here. You go by the blue die and the hit by pitch, and this is way out of it, so not much of a chance. So didn't get really hit that much during the year. Sometimes they're a lot higher, depending upon the player. With Don Baylor and players like that will have a much higher rating than that. 2-1. So
Yeah!
all right. Possible error.
Out!
Nope, no error. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. 2 he's got a lot of blanks, as you can see, so a lot of the results do come off the pitcher's card. That's in essence the same thing as it just coming off the pitcher's card. I mean the hitter's card. So 4, yep, so that goes 4 there. So let's click up here, around about 4.
Out! Out!
Not sure exactly what these are, what you do with the, maybe you can, that might be it. Maybe if you check those, then he's not going to steal possibly. That might be a safety thing, having played the other game there, the national pastime. That might be for that. I'm not sure exactly. If anybody knows, they can maybe make a comment down there as to when you would use these. That would be helpful. All right, so 1-6, so it's a lefty, so not a home run possibility.
You're out!
2-6. Okay, it's a rare play at, so it's a rare play at the Oakland Coliseum. See what fun we have here. I know they have a lot of foul territory there, so this could be interesting. So F9. Oh, I gotta roll the dice first. 5-5. Oh, now this is gonna be it is a rare play kind of thing because you'll see a box come up now. So let's see what happens here. Inside pitch, I kind of like these things. Possibly hits the batter. Resolve like a hit by pitch. Julio Cruz, and this is what happens here. Julio Cruz is not hit by the pitch, repitch. So they repitch, the batter charges the mound, causing a bench-clearing brawl. Clay Reynolds of the 1978 Seattle and Darrell Woodard of the 1970 Oakland have been ejected from the game. So Craig Reynolds and Darrell Woodard. So we got to replace those guys. Great. So I believe this shows up as blank here. 2 players that got kicked out, but. So this is Seattle. So Craig Reynolds, Seattle, and Darrell Woodard. So Craig Reynolds, yep. So I got to replace him now. He's the shortstop. So I click on this and I look for who can play shortstop. Well, I could switch the players around to play a different position and then substitute a different position, but I'm just going to go with this right here. He's a switch hitter anyway. So I'm going to replace Larry Milbourne. Click on his name and then click on here, and that replaces him. Shortstop. Sometimes this will come up too where I have to, if he plays multiple positions, what position he's going to play. So got him, and now I got to go with the Woodard. And I don't think Woodard. Yeah, I think Woodard was on the bench, so I don't think it matters here. So, but let me just check it to be sure. Yeah, I think he was on the bench anyway, so it doesn't really matter that he got thrown out, except they can't use him as a pinch hitter, so remember that if it comes up. Okay, so anyway, all right, well, that was interesting. So I was only the number 9 hitter, so okay. So anyway, so let's see. So who's up now? So Julio Cruz is batting. Surprisingly, the batter that didn't get thrown out that charged the mound, though. That's interesting. Because that would have been. Yeah, he did. Okay, he did. I'm sorry. That was the number 9 hitter. He did get thrown out. That makes sense. But the other player was a bench player for Oakland. Interesting. Okay, let's see what happens here. So he got hit by a pitch. This is the next batter coming up. Okay. Normally it shows click for next batter, so it didn't do that this time. So 3-3. So yeah, those things are kind of fun. Kind of like that.
Deep in the hole, tough chance.
6 again, like I said before. The 6 is always going to be a fail.
Moving over forward, and it's past them.
Right. Not necessarily a bad field.
Everybody clap your hands.
All right, so steal. Let's get a 17 for a steal, and they are up in their lead, so I want to try to increase the lead. So yeah, let me try this. No, I'm not gonna. Let's just go with this. All right, so he did get thrown out because his rating does go down. Apparently, he didn't get a good jump. So I guess that maybe ties in some kind of a jump rating in there, or the catcher's arm and the second baseman's maybe tag rating or something like that, or probably not that, but definitely maybe his hold, maybe he has like a hold rating on here. Again, I haven't really played the cards and dice game, so I probably should, so I can get a better idea of how the mechanics work in the game, because a lot of this is automated, so I don't really. There's some things I don't know about this, but I mean, probably playing the cards and dice will probably give me a better picture of the rules and everything. All right. So he gets caught stealing.
Out.
All right. So we go to the next batter. Oh. Yeah. Well, the same batter's up. 4-3. So he 4-2 single. And a possible error, but no error. Alright, now as you can see here, this is kind of turning like an orangey brown here. So this is kind of, he's going to get 5 batters left before he starts getting tired. And this right here, you get kind of some extra batters in there, but it won't be like at optimal strength, I don't think. I think that's what it is. And then this won't go down here unless if there's outs and stuff. If he keeps recording outs, then this won't go down once this reaches 0. But if he starts lining up base runners and this goes down, and after a certain point you have to pull him, or if it, like I said, one of these results come up, I have it set. You don't have to have that option, but I don't know. I kind of like it. Kind of keeps me in check for not letting it out too long, but it'll force you to pull the pitcher. A lot of people don't like that, but I kind of like it. I don't know. It's something different in the game. Anyway, so let's see here. So I can keep an eye on him there. So the National League and he would be coming up to bat, then I would definitely want to pull him next inning. But since it's the American League, maybe not. It's only 3-0 game. It's not pitching that bad. And as you can see, if you look at the stats, actually that's the box score. This is okay. It works. I don't know, it makes it a little harder to read because it doesn't zero fill in. Perhaps it filled in the zeros and stuff here. They can maybe make it more full. But there's a lot of like blank empty spaces in here, so it's kind of not aesthetically great to look at, but does the job. And again, this is the box score, which kind of really isn't the box. Well, it's line score more like. Maybe the other thing, if you called that the line score. I mean, called this the line score and the other thing the box score, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So 2 and 1 is 3. So yeah, they scored 2 in the first and 1 in the third. So, and yeah, they call it the stats. So it is stats, I guess. And the play-by-play here is just all the plays that have happened so far. Yeah. Generic, but again, it works. Okay. One, two. So, possible home run here. So now, again, another guy that. Oh, wait a second here. There's Daryl Woodard. How did he get in there? Huh. Actually, hold on. He wasn't supposed to be in there in the first place. So how did he even get in there? Let me just view it here. I don't know how he got in there as a pinch hitter. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of him. I'm not going to put him in there. Because I think he's one of the guys that got ejected. Yeah, he was. So all right, so again, you can either like select your own, or you can have it do it randomly. I kind of like to do it randomly, and then I'll look at it and see if it fits. Sometimes I'll go here and I'll look at the actual. Put this back here for a second while it's loading. yeah, so I'll look and see what happened in here in the game. So it looks like Oakland used didn't really have any pinch hitter. They did have one, Bill North or Dale Murphy. So I'll look for Bill North or Dwayne Murphy and see if they fit in, just so I can kind of keep the same guys in the rotation here. So Bill North, he is not in here. Dwayne Murphy, he is. And make sure that he's a righty, so yeah, I can put a lefty in there. And not much of a hitter, but I'll try to keep it the same now as that. Sorry, line up there. Okay, so now go back to the game. And if you look at the box score here, I don't think it put Dale Woodard in here. No, it did. Oh well. He didn't get in at bat, so it didn't. His stats don't really affected there. So I don't know how he got put in as a pinch hitter there. See if I can go here and see if I can cancel this again. No. So I'll just leave him in. Anyway, let's see here. So Dwayne Murphy. So hasn't done much so far. He's been at bat 5 times. 6-6, wild pitch, nobody's on, so just like, or they call it a foul ball sometimes. Again, if you look at these ratings right here, wild pitch, pass ball, it fell out of that, so it wouldn't have really made a difference with nobody on. So we just re-roll it again. 3-6, so it's on the left side of the split here, so the left-handed batter, so same thing as a blank. 5-4.
You're out. You're out.
2-3. Walk.
Walk me. Good base on balls.
Alright, Glen Abbott still doing alright though, so we're going to start to keep an eye on him now, because still a fairly close game. It's only the bottom of the 5th. 1-6. 5-4. Alright, no chance for a double play. It's a 0. But now it's green here, and this is the same. So the runner is greater than the first. There's no equal to here, so he does make it to second. He advances. So he advances. And then you hit this, and it's automatically a throw to first.
Out.
Alright.
Out.
See if Oakland can push across a run here. Nothing, so it's a batter's card. Nope, fly out.
You're out.
Okay, check infield. Check field is for Oakland. Yeah, somehow I don't know how I did that.
Be
But
sure to visit our concession
I
stand.
must have selected a pinch hitter, and it happened to be the guy that got thrown out. Maybe I clicked on him and it ended up in there somehow. But that was kind of a mistake by me. But anyway, so now what happens is that you got to make sure all the fielders are there. So I believe he was a center field, DH. Second base, third base, must have been third baseman. So somehow I replaced Wayne Gross. Isn't a big deal. He was only a 200 hitter, so not a big deal. So I have a bunch of choices here. Can't go with Wayne Gross. He was the most power though. Boy. So now I'm gonna look at their defense here too. Again, 0 is good to have in there, but the 1, that's really going to be a defensive liability. So Monty Perez, but he's got nothing for offense. So I guess my next best possibility is Rob Piccolo. So put him in there, and he goes in third base. Okay. Back to the game. Alrighty. Ooh, I haven't done this much talking. I don't know when. But I guess I'm going to do YouTube videos. I got to get used to talking. So let's see here. All right, so John Henry Johnson. Let's look at the actual game and see how long he lasted. See about what the score was. So it was a close game then, and he lasted 6 innings. So back then, the relievers, pitch a 2 or 3 inning save a lot of times. So let's see, Dave Heverlow. Maybe I'll put Dave Heverlow in now. I mean, they're losing now, so it's kind of the opposite thing, but let's just see what Dave Heverlow. Let's see what he is over here. Actually, I can check him in here. I don't have to check there. So, Heverlow. 325. He pitched 130 innings, so yeah, I can put him in. He definitely can eat up some innings. And this is how many games they appeared in as a reliever. So they had basically had 3 guys that pretty much did most of the majority of their work. Some of these can also be starting pitchers that were occasionally used. Like I think Steve Rinko would be a starting pitcher, as you can see by his record, but he only had 2 relief appearances, so he doesn't really even appear. And what's cool I like about this is that depending upon what the situation is, like this says select reliever when the pitcher behind 6 to 7, so 6 and 7 innings. So depending whether they're behind or ahead, it gives different choices for the possibilities. And these right here, you can kind of like do a random roll, and these are like probabilities of that it's going to pick that. Sometimes I'll use it because I'm not sure who to put in. I'll do the select reliever and it'll pick a random thing. But if I don't like it, it doesn't seem to fit in the situation. Like if it's a lefty, it's calling for a lefty and it picks a righty here, then I'll try to roll it again. Or if it's picking a closer and I don't really want to use the closer, like right now, I don't really want to use the closer right now. So either one of these guys I probably won't pick. Well, actually, I will pick this guy because he's had it. But then I'll look at the innings too. If they get a ton of innings, then yeah, I'll throw him in for a couple innings. The only thing you really can't tell from this is there's nothing like you can't tell if the pitcher's fatigued from having pitched like so many days in a row. So it's kind of like it just goes from day to day. It doesn't really take into effect who pitched yesterday, and which would kind of be a nice feature and the kind of thing. So maybe lower their probability of getting chosen, or not even you be able to gray them out and that kind of stuff. Like I know that I haven't got it yet, but I'm probably going to be getting the what do you call it, Diamond Mine baseball, and I kind of like that because you can actually go through and get rid of pitchers and make them ineligible and that kind of stuff. If you notice they pitch and it kind of gives like different colors depending upon whether or not they're available or not, or they've been used a lot, that kind of a thing. So I don't know, it's up to you, but like it's kind of a personal preference, but I kind of like that. It's kind of more realistic the other way, but it's not a deal breaker for me for this game. And again, if you look at the rates right here, this is the same thing, the rates of the pitchers. The relievers have them too. So I kind of look at this too. If I'm looking for a reliever to go like 3 innings, I might want to pick a guy like this. Maybe a starter or something, or a reliever that could go. And these guys pitched a lot of innings, as you can see. So, these guys were workhorses pretty much. So, they have a lot of closure and stuff. You only have like 3 or 4 possibly in here. So they get tired real easily. And then here is like the second part of it. Like if they start laying the hits, once this goes, then this will go down fast. And so anyway, but these guys can probably last 2 or 3 innings apiece. Again, these guys could probably pitch 4 or 5. So it looks like Oakland's starting pitching really wasn't that great that year. So they probably had to rely. You can tell by these records too. So they probably had to really rely on relievers. Probably their pen got overused, and for the most part, it looks like they did a pretty good job though. Especially the top 3 relievers were all 2.5 to 3 runs, so a little over 3. So not bad, not bad. All right, so I'm going to go with I think it was Dave Heverlow here. Yep, Dave Heverlow. So, but if I wanted to, I could just, this is what you would do here, and then it takes a little while, and then it'll come up with it. It's like a little delay, and it picks a pitcher like this guy. But now I'm not going to put him in. I'm going to go with Heverlow. Okay, so, and you simply just do that. You can undo it, cancel it, and have him do it again. So sometimes I'll do that, but since I know I want him in, I'm going to put him in there. All right. So again, it's changed. Put Dave Heverlow in. He just pitched 2 innings so far. So 4, 6, 4. I probably could have got another inning out of John Henry Johnson, but that's right. All right, so now it's okay. So possible error on the throw here. Okay, so now this is a chance here that these aren't grayed out now. Yeah, so there is an error on the throw because this 9 falls within this guy's error range right here of 11. So click on that. So I kind of like that. And then this right here will show either 1 base or 2 base error. So it's a throwing error. So it's a 1 base error. So he gets a double and then he gets another error on the play. I mean another base on the play. Alright. I definitely don't want to keep that. Okay, now what you can do here is I'll do this because it's, normally I wouldn't do it till later in the game, but just to show you. Back. So there's not really much you can do. You can just change. You can't really do anything with the outfield, unfortunately. Like you can't, play the outfield in or out or whatever. But the infield you can either do normal, in, halfway, or corners in. So I'm gonna go with the infield in this time, which more chance of getting a hit, but more chance of if it's hit right at him, it's keep that run from scoring. So, and this guy doesn't have much speed, so you might not even have to do that. So 5-5. There's going to be an error here. So 2-1. All right, so failed sacrifice fly roll. Use throw chart with only batter and outfield arm. So let's see what happens here. So again, this is still red. This here, if roll is less than or equal to the ABR, then the runner advance. Otherwise, they hold. This guy is a 0. No, he's a 0, but apparently he's really slow. Where I stand. He's a DH. That's why. That's probably why. Okay. But anyway, so we're just gonna leave him there. Probably could put a pinch runner in him for him, but still kind of a close game. So I don't want to lose my DH here. So I mean, I don't want to lose this guy as a DH because he's probably not much of a can't really show his stats here. Wish you could show that. Oh, you can't. Can I show his actual? No, it's actual replay stats. I can't actually show his card, I don't think. No. Anyway, but yeah, I don't want to take out my DH right now. A little too early in the game for that. So, all right, so let's see here. So then it just goes to the next batter here. 3-1. 5-3.
Out.
All right, let's see what happens here. So this time there's a 6. So the 6 is a special chart. So lead runner advances, ball cut off, and trailing runner is caught in a rundown chart. So he is going to score. Now we should click this to show the rundown chart. And now we get a rundown chart here. A lot of charts in this game. So 6 right here. But all the results are already rolled for you, so it's not too bad. So 6 runner gets under tag and advance base. So that means this is a rare possibility here. See, this was a runner out quickly, no others advance. If roll is greater than the batter run, then runner out, no others advance. Or if the roll is less than the base runner, then the others advance. Base runners. And in this case, it looks like you get under the tag. So I don't think this. Is he on first? Maybe. Let's see what happens here. Did he score? Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. No, he didn't score. I don't know what happened on there. Let's see what happens here. Let me look at the play-by-play and see what happened here. Oh, it's a sacrifice fly, so I don't even know why they had a runner advancement thing in there. That doesn't make any sense. The lead runner would score because he didn't make it to first base anyway, so I don't know. Maybe that's just an error in the text or something, or in the flow. I mean, there are a few little bugs here and there. mean, that really is the first time I noticed one like in the text kind of thing there. But sometimes the game will crash if you like click on a certain box in a certain combination. Sometimes I think it like you'll come up with an error here. But the game automatically does save, so you can just reload it and go to the, to click on the auto save there. So it's not too big of a deal, but when I was first getting used to this game, I was kind of like, why is it crashing? But anyway, not a big deal. Let's see here. So let's see what's going on. Six. Okay. So strikeout. All right. So now this is an automatic. This will come up too, where there's an error or something in the game in the half inning, and it'll bring up the box here. And so I go through the text here and I kind of see if it makes sense. Oops, where'd my picture go? Oops. All right, what's going on? What did I do? I think it's still recording, but I just can't see my picture on this thing anymore. I don't know what I did with the box there. So hope you can see my face. If not, not a big deal. But anyway, so this box came up now with the earned runs here, and it shows all the pitchers, and you can edit the stats. Usually it's just you go to the last here and see if you have to edit it. So they kind of, I think, give what they think this should be scored, but you can look at it to see if it makes sense, I guess. So we'll go to the beginning of the inning here. So okay, so let's see. So double to right field. So we're looking for when the error. So it's a double, leadoff double. Error by, okay, so error led him to go to third. So he was on second anyway. So it wasn't he wasn't going to be out initially anyway. So so one out here. Okay, oh yeah, that's when I don't know what that is. Okay, and then a lot of flyouts. There's 2 outs there, and then there's on the second out there's a sacrifice fly. So I mean, he may have advanced earlier on the other fly ball too. So and then, but it wouldn't have been normally, that wouldn't have been another out. So that, normally if that would have been an out, like if it was a 2-base error that allowed him to get to second maybe, and then he was normally going to be on a ball that was caught, then that could have been an out there though. So that would have been an unearned run. But in this case, it doesn't look like it's an unearned run. So I'm going to let that stand there and you just close it there. But I do like that it kind of like lets you check it kind of thing, just to be sure. All right. 3-2. Okay. 5-5. So single. I wonder where my picture went now. It's kind of bugging me though. Recorder is recording. Okay. Still recording? I imagine we're still recording. Hopefully we are. Oh well. If we're not, then we're not. No, I think we are. Oh yeah, it looks like we are. Okay. All right, I gotta wrap this up because the video is getting kind of long here. 3-3. Home run. So again, this shows up here. Batter 1-14. So again, it's Tony Armas again, so not even a chance here. Okay, so this time it's green. So as you can see, this fell with a 1, fell within the ground double play range. So
holy cow! What a double play!
Double play. 3-2. Okay.
Swing and a miss! Struck him out!
Well, I mean, a game usually takes me about maybe 45 minutes to play, It usually doesn't take this long, but again, I've been doing a lot of talking, probably a little too much, but 6-5. 4-2.
Out. Wapney, good base on balls.
Seventh inning stretch song. Glen Abbott's pitching a whale of a game. Six.
Out.
Alright, it's starting to get tired now. That's 0 now, so this is turning yellow. But, oh, Rob Piccolo. Nah, I'm not going to worry about changing his picture. I'll change it later. Here's a pinch hitter who I hadn't used yet. 2-6. Next base runner, I'm probably going to pull him. We'll see if there is one. 2-2. 1-6. Nope. All right, you got through the inning there. Good. 5-1. 5-2. Error. Guerrero. Base error. Okay, it's turned yellow, so he's getting close to the end. Okay. As you can see,
He struck him out.
it's still a 1 there because it was an out.
He struck him out.
It'll turn to a red if I... Yeah, no, should turn to a red now.
Wapney, good base on balls.
Okay, so now he's really ineffective, so now, you know, his question mark things will come up. He doesn't have much in here, but... Yeah. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to try one more batter. 2-3. 3-2.
Out.
Everybody clap your hands.
Pitch, no.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely have to replace him next inning now. All right, Glen Abbott. We're going to give him. Let's see how we do. Let's see what he did. Nah, I'm sure he was pulled. No, actually, you had a good game. I think there was only a 1-0 game, so we'll see. He might have lasted the whole game here. So, oops. Let's see. No, he didn't. So, oh, he let 4.1. Even only let up 1 run. Wow, it must have been close ball again. They might have done that. So, John Montague or Shane Raleigh. Another reason why I use that too is because I try to go by this as the as played because they don't have that pitch of fatigue and usage thing. So Montague and Raleigh. So I think I'm going to try to use Montague first. Yeah. Montague. All right. Let's see. Put him in the 8th, huh? Montague. Let's see what happens here. No, definitely not going to use him. Oof, Montague is a 6-18, but they did use him in the game, so I'm going to put him in and see what happens. So Montague. 3.
Out.
Alright, so looks like he's going to advance. He's going to be throwing it first.
You're out.
2 outs.
You're out.
6-5. 1-4. Alright, so now base runner advancement. Second to home, 3-6. He's a 6, so he'll score. Runner on first stays there. Alright, maybe give him one more batter here. And now we get a save situation possibly. And he walks in. That's a W plus. I mean, that's on the pitcher there, so he adds 10 more to the batter's rating. So his batter rating was 11. So
Walks, and that wasn't close.
all right, so now we're gonna get rid of him, Montague, and we're gonna put in Shane Raleigh in here. So he's a lefty, and it makes sense because Revering's a lefty, so we'll bring in him. All right, so Shane Raleigh. Yeah. See if we can get the batter here. 6-3. Oops. Oh, wild pitch possibly. 14. So just outside of this right here. So it's just outside of the ranges here. So you just roll it again. Kind of like a foul ball kind of thing. 3-5. Ooh boy. Possible home run. But it's outside of this range, so this won't matter. So he didn't give up a lot of home runs. Thank goodness, because Dave Revering had a 20 here. So then if this would have been 1-4, then it would have been an automatic home run. So 2-6. It was a long fly ball. That was just foul. Okay, 17. Ooh, man. This fell in range here. So yeah, he had 16 home runs in a. So 11 through 20.
Yeah.
So he got out of it. So now we got to get rid of Hevelo
Remember
here.
to get your copy of the souvenir program.
So they only used Hevelo, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. So they're behind by 4 runs. So let's see. I just go with have them select it and see what happens. As long as the closer doesn't show up. Sosa, no, I'm not going to put him in. Did have 109 innings, but nah. Well, yeah, he's the main closer too. I'm not going to do that. He comes coming up again. Let's try one more time, and if not, then I'll just go with what I can find. Rick Langford. See, I don't know if he's going to be pitching lately, so I don't really want him. And so I just go with Bob Lacey. Yeah. Oh boy, not a lot of choices here. Yeah, just bring in Lacey. We'll put in Lacey. He's not the main closer. I just don't want to put in the main closer right now. All right, Lacey.
Out. Out.
High pop fly. That would be a home run in a phone booth.
That's one of my favorite ones, the Harry Carey there. Oops. Alrighty, so now we're going to put in, actually we're going to leave in the closer here because he is the closer. Alright, so I get a good chance at a save here. Should be fairly easy.
Walks, and that wasn't close.
Although I'm sure for Seattle, nothing is that easy. 4-6. Error. Oops, this is not boding well. No error though, that's good. Okay, they hit it to him. Okay, they hit it to left field. Well, that would have been bad for an error though. Except for... Alright, so 2 more out save. 4-6. 1-3. Oops, spoke too soon here. Looks like an error on the third baseman. Oh boy, tying run comes up. He's not that great a hitter though, so. I want to put in a pinch hitter for Steve Skaggs. I didn't really use one for him, but I think I might want to though. If I were the manager, I might want to pinch hit for my number 9 hitter here. So let's go with average. I'll put in Mike Edwards, I guess. Yeah, that's a Mike Edwards pinch hit. He's a lefty, so yeah, I'll put in Mike Edwards. Alright, I'm not going to switch that, but that's alright. So Mike Edwards and Rob Pickle, I got in place. 3-6. Oh boy. 6-1. No error. So, okay, now this guy's going to go advance to third. Basically get out of the way. And then this guy, it's a little below that, so it's going to be a force out. Until they get the middle guy. Alright, so the last batter here. And he's 2 for 4 today, so I'm going to leave him in. He's had a good day. So I'll see if he can get a little closer here. Hit by pitch, and this guy's a 13 hit by pitch, so that loads the bases there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Terry Thomason, I think he's good to stay in here. Yeah, he's 2 for 4, and he's got 8 home runs, so we'll leave him in here, see what happens. Lefty on lefty. 4-2. So singles 1. Nope. So not on his card. So let's see what happens here. 6-3. And he lines out for the final out. I think that's it. Yeah, Seattle defeats Oakland. So they made it interesting. I'm sure they did many games that year. We're not, well, maybe not interesting, but I'm sure even their wins were probably, a lot of them were like that. All right, so Seattle wins 8-1. So then it comes out with this little thing right here. And so we get the, I save the statistics, save. Okay, and we got, let's see. So let's get the box score here, get the game stats, you get the generic box score. I look at this a little bit, but like I said, it kind of gives me a headache just looking at it, but you know, it's got the basic stuff you need. And sometimes I'll look at the play-by-play. Not really though. Not really big into that, but. And so that's it. So basically, the Seattle, and let's look at this. Let's not look at the standings, but it's only early on. So Seattle evens their record at 3-3. Oakland goes to 1-3, and it's got a little thing. Seattle defeats Oakland. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And it was a long video. The other games aren't going to be nearly as long, hopefully, because I won't do as much talking. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video, and God bless. Have a great night. Bye-bye.